everyone, welcome to Viro's Craft Studio. Today we're going to be doing a tour of my craft room. So I live in a really small apartment, so my craft room is kind of like a multi-purpose room. It's my calendar room, my husband's dressing room, it holds a lot of our cleaning supplies, and of course my craft room. And even though it is small, I can actually fit quite a lot of stuff in here. The stuff that I do have is kind of mixed match and bulky, so I have a lot of miscellaneous bins, but yeah. So anyway, I have talked enough. Let's get into the tour.
Alright, so starting off here, we have my pegboard wall. So I actually hand painted the arch with ecological green from Behr. And then I cut the pegboard out to fit inside of it, and then I painted it Auburn Glaze by Behr. So this was actually like a really tedious process of cutting out the pegboard. As you can see, there's some kind of rough edges, but I think it turned out pretty good. And then here's just a jar I keep on my desk. It has a cat brush in it because, you know, why not? And then it has some tools, and then it has my seam ripper in it. And then this little jar right over here is actually where like I put my scrap thread while I'm sewing. It just keeps it a little bit more tidier on my desk. And then here is my jewelry pliers. For some reason that one fell as soon as I touched it. And these are my scissors. I just have my pinking shears, my fabric shears. And this is a dinosaur. These are my seam measurer and my tape. Just some decor items with silly pictures. And then these are all my measuring tools that I use. And then I have a hole punch. And then onto this other side, I have my rotary cutter, my bobbin holder, my double-sided tape. I have like a lint roll brush, and then these are my detail scissors. Over here, I just have my pins and my pin cushions. These are my fabric clips. And then these are just some little boxes that has my fabric ties and my labels. So I'm gonna have a more in-depth video on how I do my labels, but for now I just kinda wanna show you what they look like. So they have a cottony back and then a shiny front to them. They're actually really easy to make and use. But yeah, I'll have a more in-depth video, so stay tuned to that. And then this is my large collection of thread. And here we have my rotating pencil holder. This just holds some clay tools and some colored pencils, some markers, and then some tape. And then this is the star of the show. It's my sewing machine. This is a Brother sewing machine, and I believe the model is a CS7000X, but it's been a really good sewing machine, and it has a awesome feature of a drop-in bobbin. It has been amazing to use, super easy. And then it has all these different thread settings over here. It actually does quilting as well. And then over here we have my decor display wall. This is where I just display a lot of my different little knickknacks that I have, any gifts that I've gotten. And then actually this little cat that you see here, my sister makes these. This one is for Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. If you want to check out her shop, I'll have a link to her YouTube and her shop below. And then here is my cutting table. I just have some storage bins down here that holds my soap making supplies and stuff. And then my printer, and then some extra fabric padding. And then up here is my cutting mat. It has definitely seen better days, but it still works perfectly fine. And in this drawer here, we just have a mixed match of stuff. We have some black thread. I believe this is leather thread. And then we have some paper clips that I use to clip my fabric together. Some grommets. And then just some extra stuff. We have some pre-threaded bobbins and some thread. And then I have my different strapping that I use for my tote bags. This is actually a tote bag that hasn't been done yet. An extra doggy bag, and then some elastic. And then over here at the first shelf, we just have some extra storage bins. This is actually my jewelry bin right here, and then this is just a little storage thing, and then an easel. This top shelf here, I actually keep stuff I don't use that often. This just has my air dry clays, a vintage camera, and then these are actually the paints that I use for the pegboard. And then these are just some clips I have, some more webbing or strapping, and then this is my little drawer organizer. This just has some highlighters and tags, some zippers and pins, some fabric chalk, that one broke, and then these are my elastic bands, and then a measuring tape, some safety pins and extras, and then these are all my attachments for my sewing machine. Alright, and then down here we have my baby iron and my big iron. I had to edit out that sign because it had a word on it that I think that YouTube would demonetize me for, so I did that. And then this is my ribbon holder. It's really easy to use. These are my project bins. This has just some projects, some paper patterns that I make, misc, and then printer paper, instructions, and specialty paper. And then down here is just some extra decor items and some office supplies. Alright, and then onto this bin wall. In this first bin, I believe is where I have most of my wood stuff. Yeah, I have my wood stain and then some different foam brushes. I have my camera and some different batteries. This is where I keep my paper cutter and my embroidery hoops. This is some cut fabric for my jar openers. This is just some like random sewing stuff that doesn't have a particular home. And then this is where I keep all of my painting stuff. So this is my palette, and then I have a bunch of acrylic paints and different stuff like that. And then onto this shelf, up here I just keep some different craft items, and then this is my fabric shelf. So these are all from Joann's on discount. This was an estate sale, also Joann's. And then this is actually from Leather Couch. You can see it has the padding on the inside. I wanted to try to repurpose it. I don't know, probably won't ever use it. But this is some of the items that I have actually upcycled. So these are from Savers. They're like sheets and tablecloths. And this is a very misc shelf, just has a lot of random stuff on it. And then here we have my drawers. So this is some projects that need to get done. And then these are different fat squares that I tried to keep organized as much as I can. Fat squares are kind of really inconvenient to store, so that's the best method I found. And then these are my doggy bags that I make. I actually have these on my Etsy shop. You could just unzip this and then you put your bags in it. This clips onto your like leash or whatever you want to put it on, your keychain. Yeah, they're fun to use, and they're really they're fun to make, and then they're really easy to use. And then these are my drawer openers. Yeah, jar openers. I'm a little tongue-tied right now for some reason. And then these are all my different pet bandanas. So this is actually my medium-sized bandanas. This one is my little multicolored one that I do. Yeah, so this would probably be for like a medium-sized dog or a really big cat. And then down here, I leave this empty for any extra fabrics I'm gonna get in the future. This is my camera equipment, and then this is just more misc items. And then on to this shelf. So I have a random teapot up here I've had since I was a kid. Thought that was the safest spot for it. And then in this drawer we have different stuff that I use for craft fairs that I go on. I have some pegboard attachments in here and some string. And then I have my bubble mailers and my envelopes for shipping things out. Then I didn't realize that my cat litter was in the frame, so I put this little sticker over it to cover it. But yeah, anyway, this drawer has some interfacing and then some grip material that I use for my jar openers in it. And then down here is where I keep all of my scrap fabric. I don't like letting things go to waste, so I have quite a lot of scrap fabric. I use a lot of this for like stuffing and filling different things. And then the last bin here, I actually have all of my jewelry making items and some different baggies and stuff. Alright, and then onto this wall, I have my little compact ironing board. That thing is awesome. And then I just have some paintings I did quite a few years ago. These ones never sold, and so I decided to keep them for my personal collection.
That's gonna be it for the craft room tour. I know it's very short and sweet, but the craft room is kind of still a work in progress. I definitely in the future want to do like a more in-depth video, but that's probably gonna be not for a while because I would like to get some more tools and fabrics and stuff. But yeah, anyway, let me know in the comments what your favorite part of this tour was and what you would like to see in my future tour that I do. I'm also going to put in the description the links to the different organizing shelves and organizers and stuff that I have. I'm gonna try to find links to all of them. So when I find them, I will put them down in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video and you would like to see any future DIY crafts and projects that I do, please hit that like and subscribe button. It would really help my channel out. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye! Can I help you? No? This cat.